Language, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, hello. Hello. Mittendale. No. Just Jahajastha, thank you very much. Bit of prompting from the Grand Bar there. Jahajastha. Churagas Dinar. Dis St Piran. What a nice day. What a nice day. I was thinking the other day, you know, that when St Piran used to go from Perranport, from his beach, down to his wharf at Perran and Worthall, he used to come by here on Pydar Street and stand by the old cross there and implore people to listen to the clacking of the crows in the oak tree behind the church, and to take pity on and befriend and encourage the wagtail, who keeps the street constantly clean, because St Piran could talk to the birds, he could talk to the animals. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Now, it is said that St Piran came across the Irish Sea on a millstone with a hole in the middle, all right? And that's what they say. But if you go down Lemon Quay later, you can see that St Piran actually drove across the Irish Sea on a massive Ferguson T20, and it's down there this afternoon. Little chap going like hell. So go down there and pat it on the bonnet, because it hadn't worn down. It was the 5th century, but it was hard going. All right? Okay, so we got a lot of stuff to get on with. I'd like to thank you all for coming. Thank both the dance groups and the band. I'd just like to say thank you also to one of the people who started this parade a long time ago, the late Jim Pengelly. And you've been dancing to marches that Jim Pengelly wrote for this parade. And they have been arranged this year by Gareth Churcher, who was playing the trombone, perhaps, in the band. So you've heard them and danced to them for the first time, which is fantastic. And we'll do that every year from now on. And we've stuck that on to the end of old Russell Pascoe's march, which he made specially for us during lockdown. So that was played as well. So let's have a quick applause, round of applause to Reach Heaven for Jim Pengelly. Yay! There we go. Now, I'd like to invite the Mayor of Truro to welcome you to Truro. You're here. Just bear with me 1 second.
Will it reach?
We're there.
Go on. How do I find it back? My friends, as we gather, can you hear me? It's like a bit of feedback. Go on. As we gather to celebrate St Piran's Day, we are reminded of the timeless values of the Cornish society for generations. From the war. And can you hear me again? That shut me up, didn't it? Now my phone's done it. From the warmth and acceptance of the welcomers to St Piran, to the caring and compassionate spirit that defines Cornwall today, We also stand united in our love for all things Cornish, whether it's through traditional music, dance or parades. We are people who understand their strength lies in our diversity and our commitment to one another. And as the Mayor of Truro, I am proud to lead a community that understands the importance of coming together to celebrate our shared heritage and values. Today we celebrate the life of St Piran, an immigrant, and remember that the Cornish society is truly about one and all. So let us continue to build a promising future where everyone feels welcome, valued, and where a shared spirit of acceptance, compassion and love guide us forward, one and all. Thank you and happy St Piran's Day.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And thank you for the 2 years that you've led the town. And now, without further ado, all the way from the other side of Penzance, come up the A30 on a millstone with a hole in the middle, paddling like mad, it's the Lord Lieutenant Edward Malitho.
Thank you, Bert. St Piran's Day is a wonderful opportunity for everyone, Cornish and non-Cornish, who lives down here to celebrate our fantastic history and culture and to celebrate all the things that we have got to look forward to, which is a great deal. And it also gives us a chance to wave flags, to dress up, to dance, to sing, to make music. Have a great time. You are starting well. Keep going. Kerno bis Vickham.
A message to all they up there too. And now, the Grand Board, Map Stennock Veer. Go Hedges to Truro! Ashuela Brinting Bullsoma in Truro, in County Pidershire, in the country of Cornwall. Now, there may be some of you that don't know that St Piran made a fire and the ring of rocks around it burned black. Out of the black rocks came forth shiny white tin metal. Might have been silver if it was Mexico. Some people don't believe this is possible, that as St Piran ministered to tinners, learning their language and teaching the locals the word of God, he may have adopted Gwynadoo, black and white, as his colours. Some people have suggested that when Piran was in Cape Clear and County Offaly in Ireland, there was much spurn dew, blackthorn, at the sites of his miracles. That's white flower on black bark in the spring or at the time of Pirantide, especially around March the 5th. Anyway, one thing for sure, that the flag of St Piran is a crow's wing for Gaindeer Dew, a white cross on a black ground. Back to the tin. Other things are sure and certain. Kerno produced a huge amount of tin. All the tin in Kerno had to be coined, a percentage of the profit going to the Duchy of Cornwall. Truro was a stannery town. Then there was a war in 1497 when the coinage was increased. There was a great charter of pardon in 1508 granted by Henry VII, after the Cornish army was defeated. Kerno has a parliament made up of 24 elected people, 6 from each of the 4 great stannaries, that was granted the rights under this charter, including the right of veto over Westminster law. Ooh.
Some people don't believe these facts, but they are facts in law that cannot simply be ignored because you don't like them. These facts are as black and white as the Cornish flag. Do you want a mayor for Cornwall? Yeah. Oh. So, what if a few good followers of St Piran were to ask if the decision to have a mayor was ratified by the Cornish Parliament? In today's parlance, just saying. Right. Oh. I can feel people. There's more and more and more. So, most of today's problems in Cornwall have answers to be found in this flag. Many of the questions of faith can be found in the stories of the saints of the Celtic Church that St Piran was part of. So many questions of identity can be found in being a follower of St Piran. So, the orange vegetable in a pasty is called turnip, and it's definitely jam first. However, let us, on Haggle, look deeper into what this saint is, what this flag is, and what this country of Cornwall really is. St Piran Bisfican, ha Colonel Bisfican!
That was a lesson for today. Okay, quickly, let's put our hands together for Chairman McCrory, the MP.
Thank you everyone. Thanks for coming today. And thank you. That's my Arctic coat going. And who can follow what the Grand Bard just said? And I want to hear again, by the way, who actually wants a mayor for Cornwall? Yes or no? Hands up if you do. No. I've got to take this message back to Parliament, and I need to know whether you guys want it or not. And by the way, I'm seeing the Secretary of State on Monday, so louder if you do, louder if you don't. I'm not going to add any more to what the Grand Bard has said. I just want everyone to enjoy themselves, wave their flags and enjoy what it is to be Cornish, and to thank you for having me up here today, and I'll hand back to Bert. Thank you.
I like my mayor.
Yes.
Now, Madam Chairman of Cornwall Council has gone to her Vice Chairman's wedding, all right? So, she's got a long dress on and looking a bit too beautiful to be on St Piran's Day. So, therefore, she's sent along Martin Alvey, and he's come all the way out Old Falmouth Road, over the railway line, over Arch Hill, over the roundabout, up the top of Arch Hill, and he's come skittering all the way down Lemon Street. 'Tis Martin Alvey. Give him a round of applause. No mention of the mayor.
What a build up there. So, just a little bit of history. When I was growing up in Cornwall, the Cornish chough was a bird that we heard about. It was a bit of a bird of legend. So it's said that King Arthur transformed into a chough when he died. And with the red feet and the red beak representing the violent, bloody end that he came to. Legend also held that after the last chough departed from the duchy, it would start to see decline. But the return of the chough, which began in 2001, would mark the return of King Arthur and the renewed prosperity of the duchy. So, whether you're Cornish by birth, Cornish by marriage, or just simply identify as being Cornish because it's in your heart, Gúl Peran Lowen, Colonel Bisvican.
Now, a long time ago, well, not so long ago, but a long time ago for some of us, when the mining got a bit edgy and all the shareholders started investing in Malaysia, going down Redruth Stock Exchange and buying shares when they got home off the train from Truro in the evening, you think that's true. A lot of the Cornish miners went all over the world. They invented the globally mobile workforce and the global economy.
Yes, let's hear it for the Cornish. And one of the places they went was Mexico, where they went looking for silver. And a lot of them stayed. Some of them died. And there's a graveyard full of Cornish people in Pachuca, you know. And there's people over there today with Cornish blood coursing through their veins, you know. And they're very proud of their connection with Cornwall. So I am very proud today to welcome to you, for you, and I hope you welcome her as well, Her Excellency, the Ambassador for Mexico, Josefa González Blanco. Please welcome her.
Hello, Truro. Martin, I am a Cornish by heart. I was not born here. I was born in Mexico a long way ago. But I remember the first time I came to these lands. It was absolutely magical, beautiful. The land, the ecosystems, you have amazing ecosystems. It was so, so beautiful. It was 25 years ago. And I fell in love with the land. And then I fell in love with the people. There's something very special about Cornish people that is similar to how we are in Mexico. Friendly, open hearts. And that really moved me. And I promised I would come back here. And I come to Cornwall every 2 or 3 times per year since my tenure. And I will continue to come here. Continue. Thank you very much for fixing that. There is a great relationship between Cornwall and Mexico, as Bertie mentioned. 1825, a group of Cornish people came to Mexico, and they brought a pasty. We still eat it, and we have the pasty museum. And of course, we took the pasty. It's still the same. We put a little bit of chili because we couldn't help it. Of course, wouldn't be Mexican. So there is a museum. It would be wonderful if you could come to Mexico and see that ancestry and that bondage. And as you said, there are Cornish names, Cornish people still there, the descendant. And it's a wonderful. Yes. Has he come back? Yeah. Apparently, yes. Wonderful. And there's another thing that we owe to these beautiful people, and you beautiful people, and you this beautiful land, and that's football. Mexican football comes from Cornwall, and it was the first team in Pachuca Hidalgo that came to Mexico. So thank you very much for the pasty, for the wonderful people, and for football. We play really good football, and we're very good at it. But it is thanks for the Cornish people for bringing it, and for those miners playing football, teaching us natives and Mexicans how to play and sharing with us. Thank you very much. Today is a very special day that reminds us our love for animals. And if St Piran was here, he would be an environmentalist, and he would be talking, I'm sure, about climate change. That is another thing that links us, Cornwall and Mexico, the protection of our shores, of our oceans. I only want to say thank you very much. Yes, I put jam first, always. Make no mistakes. And I do absolutely adore Cornwall. Thank you very much.
So I'd just like to thank you very much for coming all this way, and thank you for your very kind words. And here's a little memento for you, including a group of photographs by this man here on his knees. All right, he's a photographer of Truro. So I hope they give you a good memory and an evocation, and we'll see you back here next year.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Right on, missus. Right, who have I got next then? Who haven't I had?